Wizards of the Coast has just announced a dizzying array of new secret lairs. Not only are we getting a secretversary superdrop that contains crazy concepts like a 100 card commander deck secret lair, but on top of that, there are extra secret lairs like this Art Deco one to talk about.
Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The magic historian. My bones hurt.
Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. My friends, I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered to talk about a whole bunch of secret lair action. So, in my miniature mic form down here in the corner, we are going to go through the secretversary superdrop, and we'll follow that up by taking a look at the Art Deco secret bonus secret lair. And that's what I'm referring to when I'm talking about secret lairs where Wizards of the Coast is just sending them out to people, not announcing them at all, and not making them part of the superdrop. So we have an Art Deco lair like that and the Mischief secret lair. However, I did get sent the Mischief secret lair, so if you want to know the contents of that, I'll leave a link for the video at the end. So let us dive in. This is Secret Lair's second secretversary, right? So the first things first, we've got the Secret Lair Arcane secret lair. So there's two of these. They're based on the League of Legends television show Arcane. If you watched yesterday's video, you would have already seen some of this spoiled, but you'll notice, looking at the image that's on the screen here, the 4 cards from yesterday's video also have 3 cards turned flip side down, right? So what's going on here? Well, it turns out that this secret lair actually is going to contain 7 cards. So down at the bottom, they show us the 4 we already saw yesterday: Path to Exile, Unstable Harmonics, which is a reskin of Rhystic Studies, Counterflux, and the Hex Score, which is a reskin of Thran Dynamo. Since I went on at length about these cards in yesterday's video, I'm just going to kind of move forwards. You can check that video out if you want to hear more in-depth thoughts about that, but we will talk about the other cards that are included we didn't get to talk about yesterday. So in this case, that would be, Duress, that would be Seize the Day, and Krosan Grip. So Duress is a discard spell. Seize the Day is a spell that allows you to attack additionally with a creature. It's a red spell. And Krosan Grip is instant speed, artifact, and enchantment destruction. So when those cards get spoiled, we'll take a look at those as well. But you can see right here it says the card artwork for Duress Seize the Day as round 2 and Krosan Grip as Denting Blows will be revealed on November 28th. So you'll see, it's like, here we go. This is Seize the Day. It's going to be called Round 2. So it'll be given the same kind of treatment as the Hex Core and the Unstable Harmonics. All right. So overall, the Arcane secret lairs are interesting. We've got 2 of them. The other one here, I guess, you know what? Since we're going through it, we'll quickly take a look at the prices. Non-foil, 30, foil, 40. All right. Next up, we've got the Secret Lair Arcane Lands. I went over these in depth yesterday as well, so feel free to check that out if you're interested. This one's real straightforward. You get the Plains, Island, Swamp, Mountain, and Forest. Looking pretty solid overall. These are essentially just screenshots from the television show, as far as I understand it. So, I mean, you're going to see there's a number of basic lands in this secretversary kind of setup to try and appeal to a number of different people. So this one also, $29.99 for non-foil, $39.99 for traditional foil, all right? Nothing else really much to say about that. Now we move on to a secret lair that I did not get to see before. That is Welcome to Castle Dracula. So this one contains 3 cards. You get Hunger of the Ancient One, which is Exquisite Blood. And Exquisite Blood is 1 black and 4 for an enchantment that says whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. So, I mean, first of all, it's a solid card that people really like and want. And on top of that, makes perfect sense for a vampire, right? Legitimately, you lose life, I gain that much life. Your blood is coming out and it's going into me. I gain your power. And the flavor text on these cards is great. I believe they're taken straight out of a novel. So the flavor text on this one says, blood is too precious a thing in these days of dishonorable peace. Days of dishonorable peace. I love it. It has an old world feel to it. You don't find writing like this a lot these days. And the artwork shows, I mean, an ancient vampire on his throne. Obviously, this is going to be Dracula, right? It's going to be depicting Dracula, let's be real. So he's sitting there with a goblet of blood, and you can see there are a number of bodies arrayed around him, some of them looking like they're starting to mummify, one of them turning full on into a skeleton. It's a pretty intense piece of artwork. The second card is Night Feeder's Visitation. This is the least exciting out of the three in this one. So it's 1 black and 1 for a sorcerer that says you draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. The flavor text says, the air seems full of specks, floating and circling in the draught from the window, and the lights burn blue and dim. What am I to do? God shield me from harm this night. So I guess this is supposed to be the kind of from the perspective of somebody who's inside the home. Dracula's shown up, flying up in his shirtless version. Who needs shirts when I'm coming to get you in the middle of the night, right? So it's all right. I mean, kind of intimidating. If you woke up in the middle of the night, looked at your window because the drapes are slapping around and you saw that, you'd be like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. And then we've got Dracula's Tomb, which is Phyrexian Tower. This one's a surprise. Legendary land that taps for a colorless, or sack a creature, add 2 black mana. There was one great tomb, more lordly than all the rest. Huge it was, and nobly proportioned. On it was but one word, Dracula. That is some cool writing. And the artwork looks awesome, man. You've got these candles that kind of half look like they're being snuffed out. You've got this kind of breeze flowing. You've got the open coffin that looks like somewhat like a treasure chest. It's very ornate. And you can see that there's a shadow that looks like most likely a vampire with a human victim at the same time. And I like the way that the shadow trails all the way out into the door. That's some cool looking artwork. So this Secret Lair has those 3 cards. It is $30 for the non-foil, $40 for the traditional foil version. But this one comes with an Arena Redemption code where you get a Dracula-themed sleeve. But note that you can't redeem those sleeves in China, Hong Kong, Macau, Singapore, Taiwan, or Vietnam. Very weird. Now I'm just gonna fly by this extra flavor text stuff that they do here, trying to add another level. So then we've got the Dracula lands. I did a video talking about these as well. I have to say these lands are awesome. The white one evokes like an empty town kind of feel, like at night with the whole like scream wavy artwork in the background. You've got the lone voyager on a stormy sea with lightning flaring down, and this lantern is the only other point of light. You've got a crazy vampire sort of rising up. Come on, man. Rising up from the coffin, looking really intense on the swamp. The mountain to me is like, hey, hey, look at me, whatever. And then the forest shows somebody standing atop a carriage as it's riding forwards, which is really intense. So I talked more about this specifically in a video, so if you want to hear more, we can do that over there, but that's all I have to say about these, because at the end of the day, it is just basic lands. So this one is also 30 for the non-foil and 40 for the foil. Now, oh my god, dude, when I saw this, I lost my mind. Fibblethip completely, utterly, and totally lost. My boy Fibblethip, yeah, what's up? So this is an amazing concept. This is Where's Waldo with Fibblethip. Fibblethip has become like basically his own thing in Magic the Gathering. He was originally just like a flavor text throwaway, but he's become a full-on beloved character in Magic. And here we have 5 Where's Waldo-esque Magic cards where you can look for Fibblethip. Each card has Fibblethip hidden in it. How awesome is that? So we get Path to Exile, Well Lost Dreams, Frantic Search, Intruder Alarm, and Shelldock Isle. So it's white-blue themed, really. So Path to Exile is 1 white, exile a creature its controller can search for a basic land card, put it into play. Well Lost Dreams is 4 mana for an artifact. Whenever you gain life, you can pay X mana, where X is up to the amount of life you gained, and draw that many cards. Frantic Search is the old Urza block spell that lets you draw 2 cards, and then you pitch 2 cards, but you get to untap up to 3 lands, and it only costs 1 blue and 2. So essentially, it's one of the old school free spells that makes itself cost nothing, but if you have lands that tap for more than 1 mana, it actually turns into a mana generation spell. Pretty strong. Then you've got Intruder Alarm, which is the most amazing card included in this, and I was really surprised to see it. 1 blue and 2, it's an enchantment. Creatures don't untap during the controller's untap step. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, untap all creatures. It is a massive combo engine. And then you've got a very weird choice. Shelldock Isle. It's a land with Hideaway. So what that means is you look at the top 4 cards of your deck, pick a card from those 4, put it under the Shelldock Isle when you put the card into play. And then the land taps for a blue. Also, pay 1 blue and tap it. You can play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if a library has 20 or fewer cards in it. So essentially, if you're playing a mill deck, or if you just go through a ton of your deck, then you can play the spell under it for free. It's a kind of an interesting concept. But overall, I love these cards. They all form into one giant panorama, and each individual card not only has Fibblethip, but has a bunch of little magic references to different cards and things that I think people are really going to appreciate, and for me, are really, really exciting. Honestly, I super love this, man. It's great. All right, so this one is I've been rounding up. $30 for non-foil, $40 for traditional foil. Forget that trick they try and do to you where it's like, yo, you know what, this isn't $40, it's $39. It's like, no, it's 1 cent less. Who are you trying to kid? Then we've got Crocodile Jackson's Monstrous Menagerie. So this is a bunch of like cryptid creatures, right? Some crazy beasts, all illustrated by somebody named Crocodile Jackson and given flavor by Crocodile Jackson. Now, I don't know if there's actually an artist out there called Crocodile Jackson or if somebody's working under a pseudonym for Wizards of the Coast here, 100%. But these are very striking looking cards. I mean, look at the Ravenous Chupacabra, right? 2 black and 2 gets you a 2/2 when it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls. Flavor text says, why do these guys get such a bad rap? Is it the giant golden claws and teeth? The terrible stench? I think they're kind of cute. And all the quotes are from Crocodile Jackson. And you look at the artwork and it says, weird, crazy looking beast. It just goes and eats your opponent's creatures with golden teeth. I mean, it'd be worth a lot of money, I imagine, right? Then you got the Mana Gorger Hydra, 1 green and 2 for a 1/1 trampler. When a player casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whoever said 2 heads are better than 1 never met a Hydra before. All right, I mean, the artwork literally shows, I guess that's supposed to be Crocodile Jackson. It makes me think of Crocodile Dundee, right? He's just holding, the Mana Gorger Hydra's holding them. It's like, who gets to eat them? Yum, yum, yum. Then you got Pathbreaker Ibex. 2 green and 4 get you a 3/3 GOAT! Yeah! Whenever it attacks, creatures you control get trample and +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Pretty solid. Not only a wrecking ball, but a trendsetter in its own right. I mean, the artwork is funky. Look at those horns. And look at the angriness, and he's got a gold tooth. What's up with that? Did he borrow 1 tooth from the Chupacabra? Then we've got Temur Sabertooth. 2 green and 2 for a 4/3 cat. Pay 1 green and 1. You may return another creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, this gains indestructible till end of turn. Now, this is something that was originally just an uncommon in the cons block, but it ultimately ended up becoming very desirable. So now they've upgraded it to essentially rare status and slapped it in here. Then we've got Winding... Oh, no, I didn't read the flavor text, did I? Kind of a glorified house cat, don't you think? Cool tattoos, though. I like your tattoos, bro. And then you've got Winding Constrictor. 1 black, 1 green for a 2/3 snake. If one or more counters would be put on an artifact or creature you control, you get to add 1 extra. And if you get 1 or more counters, you as a player, you also get 1 extra. So it just ups the amount of counters on you, creatures, or artifacts. Not too shabby. Artwork's funky. The guy is trapped here by this constrictor, and he obviously looks really freaked out. He's got a gold tooth too. What's going on? But the snake's just kind of looking at him more out of curiosity than anything. It's kind of funky. So this one is, let's see here, $30 non-foil, $40 foil etched. Big surprise. Then we've got Far Out, man. Far Out, bro. So this one's pretty cool. The artwork on these are actually really nice mostly. So you get Aether Gust for a blue and 1. It's an instant. Choose target spell or permanent that's red or green. Its owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. The flavor text says, the cleansing wind swept away all traces of the demon until not even his legend remained. This is a spell meant to pick on red and green spells. And when I think of demons, I think of black spells. So the fact that it's red or green makes the flavor a little bit muddy, but the artwork is absolutely intense. The demon being banished looks incredible. Then you've got Counterspell, where this chick is making the most ridiculous face ever, where it's like, you can't count, I counter your spell, but just looks insufferable. She looks like the kind of person you would not want to hang out with, right? Also, weird. She just looks weird. Those proportions feel odd to me. I don't know. There's something with the artwork. It's cool artwork. Like, I like the way the spell's being countered. I do like the disdainful hand wave and the magic curling around it. But her face, good lord, that face, man. Honestly, I want her counterspells to fail so that she will get that, just that face wiped off, man. Flavor text says, if only there was a way to counter your inevitable whining. I do like that. That is some great flavor text. Then you got Fabricate, 1 blue and 2 sorcery. Search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. I have just the right tool for the job. Then we've got, the artwork on this one, she's extending her hands, showing this crazy kind of mystic glyphs. That looks awesome. But I don't know, the rest of the artwork is just okay to me. It's, I got to admit, the Fact or Fiction artwork is the most exciting to me out of all these. It's so funky. 1 blue and 3 for an instant. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. Put 1 pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. The flavor text says 2 futures unfurled before the mage, each rife with its own promise. On one side, you've got a weird owl with a human face with this glyphs on his head in front of a city. On the other side, you've got like surfing dolphins and birds in a land of the seas. It's pretty amazing. It's like, I shall part the waters. Which future do you want to be yours? I like it. And then we've got Mystical Tutor. 1 blue instant, search your library for an instant or sorcery card, reveal it, then shuffle and put that card on top. I love the artwork for this. This mage that looks like they're falling into like an abyss of a library with all these magical scrolls. As they're literally like, I'm trying to find this knowledge. The flavor text though, I don't know. Now, did I file that away under C for combo or F for finisher? I don't like the reference to combo and finisher real world terms. It just doesn't feel good to me from a flavor perspective. But I know that's a very particular taste kind of thing. So if you like it, I get it. All right. Now, this secret layer, let's see here. It is $30 for non-foil, $40 for foil, and it comes with an arena code that will get you 3 sleeves. It seems so hit or miss. One gives you 1 sleeve, but you can't get them in the same location. Same here. It's like, what is going on? Anyways, let's move on to these awesome pixel lands. Dude, I love this. Pixel art is awesome. So you get pixel art snow-covered lands. You got your snow-covered plains, island, swamp, mountain, and forest. They all look awesome. They all scream, yo, bro, let's go play King's Quest, man. Let's have an owl laugh at us when we fall in the river, bro. I love it. I love these artworks. My favorite 2 are going to be the swamp. I love it. And the forest, man. It's got that nice kind of winter vibe. I dig it. I mean, they all do to a degree, but really the snow-covered forest is the most inviting out of all these to me. So not too shabby. Now this one is $30 for non-foil, $40 for foil, or $40 for etched foil. So in case you weren't aware and care about this sort of thing, Wizards of the Coast is actually taking the first few sheets that they print from the secret layer, essentially the test sheets that are designed to make sure everything is printing properly, and they're recycling them into the inserts that hold the bonus cards in the secret layer boxes. So since we're covering everything, I thought I would bring that up. Moving on, we've got heads I win, tails you lose. This is absolutely wild. This is a 100-card commander deck that you can buy as a secret layer, but it only has 5 cards that are actually new to make it a secret layer, and the other 95 are reprints. So basically how it works is you get 2 Zinder splits, right? You get the partner Zinder split, who cares about flipping coins, basically lets you flip coins, and whenever you win a coin flip, draw a card. Then you've got Okon, who's very similar, except when you win the coin flip, you double the power and toughness. 5 mana for a 1/4, 5 mana for a 3/3, and they just have different variation artworks, right? Same thing with all 5 of these. So Propaganda is awesome. 1 blue and 2, creatures can't attack you unless controller pays 2 for each creature they control. Look at that. That's pretty wild looking. Then you've got Stitch in Time. This is my favorite. The flavor text is awesome. Okay, so Stitch in Time is 1 red, 1 blue, and 1 for a sorcerer that says flip a coin. If you win the flip, take an extra turn after this one. And it says, I believe the spell to have a 50% failure rate. I must be careful lest I lose my sanity to the unbending force of pure untempered time. And that's from the Journal of Sigbar the Cautious. So a cautious mage who doesn't want to mess with time. But he did, and look what happened. So, this is the other side. According to this strange journal I found, the spell succeeds half the time. Why, if I cast it twice, that's a guaranteed success. Rantings of Sigbar the Wild. So the magic undid his mind. And in the front artwork, you can see this hourglass here, right? And you flip it over, same dude, same hourglass. But look what's happened to him. It's so intense and amazing. And then you've got Krark's Thumb, which is a perfect include for a coin flip deck. 2 casting cost artifact. If you'd flip a coin, instead flip 2 coins and ignore one of them. And that's pretty solid, right? You got 2 different variations of it right here. looking very goblin thumbish. So yeah, you've got the 5 special reversible foils, and then you've got 45 additional foil reprints, 50 non-foil reprints, super special coins. So if you didn't see that, they're right there in the artwork there. And then they also have display commanders, 10 double-sided tokens, a deck box, and a life wheel. All right. So this is $100. This is absolutely crazy to me, and this is something I want to talk about more in depth in its own video. So if you want to go and check out the whole deck list, do that on Wizards website. This video is going to be pretty long as it is. So you do get 1 single-use code for 2 sleeves for Arena with this as well. It is a pretty wild concept. So basically, you boil it all down. The rest of this is them just going, here are the different bundles. So you can buy it as a non-foil bundle, in which case you get all these together, not including the commander deck, for $200. And then they've got the foil bundle. So if you get the foil bundle, it all comes together for $300. And then they've got the bundle, where you get both bundles, and it's $480. And then they've got the bundle, where you get both of the bundles plus the commander deck, and that's $550. So these prices are absolutely crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely insane. So now I'm going to put up on the screen the Art Deco secret layer there, so you guys can take a look at that, because it's pretty wild. I'm going to go full screen with it because I need to be able to stare at it to tell you guys what's going on. So this is an Art Deco secret layer that is not part of the secret layer, like super drop. We don't know when this is going on sale. We don't know how much it's going to cost. Same thing with the Mischief secret layer that I got sent. All right. So in this secret layer, we've got a dockside extortionist, and the artwork looks like a boat coming in from a pier. We've got Revel in Riches, and it kind of gives a casino vibe, which makes sense because that's an enchantment that makes treasure tokens. Then we've got Tireless Provisioner, which is a green creature that makes provisions, so you can see dinner is served. Then we've got Smothering Tithe. I think that what's going on is that's a wine glass being filled to overfilling. Then we've got Storm the Vault, which is a crazy double-sided card, but we don't get to see the other side of the card. And then Treasure Map, which is also another double-sided card. But we don't have, like, the full-on images for this. This is literally all the information that we have. And the Treasure Map does show, like, a compass on it. So I really dig this Art Deco style. I think it's really funky. And I guess this is the kind of stuff we can expect when we get into New Capenna as the second standard release in 2022. But that wraps up all the secret layers that I wanted to talk about today. I do definitely want to delve more into the commander deck because I have a lot of thoughts about that. It's fundamentally changing things in my eyes in terms of secret layer, but I won't go on about that because we've already been here for probably almost 20 minutes. Thanks for coming by. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm going to leave a link to the Mischief secret layer video and the secret layer video for the Arcane secret layers in case you would like to spend some more time with me watching those. Thanks for coming by. See you next time, friends.